Hey guys, I am so excited to be doing this video. I finally got my hands on the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. You're about to see all of my opening it up for the first time and impressions of this amazingness, gorgeous palette as soon as it clips into me not being done up and no makeup on and opening it up for the very first time. So I won't get into that and do it twice for you guys, but I am so crazy over the top excited to be doing this video. As I'm about to tell you, I've wanted it for so many months now and they finally restocked it and I got my hands on it and it is gorgeous. And yes, so I did a tutorial using like pretty much only this palette. I tried to focus all my products on Anastasia only, so I did my best to stick to it. So my entire eye look, aside from mascara and gel liner, is like Anastasia. My lip, the primer and liquid lipstick is both Anastasia. My glow that's going on is the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit. The brow gel is Anastasia, so I really tried to keep this to an entire Anastasia Beverly Hills look. So I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as I do. I love the way this turned out. I put so many new techniques to the test that I've never done before, new colors that I've never used before, and I really love it. This is going to become more of a staple go-to palette for me. I kind of want to buy a second one to kind of just keep stocked up with my other favorite palettes that I've purchased a couple of backups for, so I never run out. But this is not limited edition. It is permanent. They just do always sell out quickly. And I say always, like it's been around for a long time. It launched in the summer, it's sold out. They just restocked it. And I checked in Sephora, it's already sold out. I did mention while I was like doing my makeup, I didn't know if it would be sold out by the time I released this video because I ordered it as soon as it stocked up. It just got delivered and I didn't go check the other sites yet. So I don't know if it's already sold out on the other sites that I will mention, but I will link things below as I'm editing and yeah, you guys know the drill. So if you like this eye look or you want to stay tuned and see more of this beautifulness, there goes the brush because I'm so awesome. And then stay tuned and I hope that you are as impressed with this palette as I am. I'll see you guys soon. I got the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I am ridiculously excited. This first launched back in June and I was at first intimidated by the colors because when I saw it online, a few of the shades seemed really bold and colors that like kind of scared me and that I wouldn't use. So I hesitated and I didn't buy it and then it sold out and that was at the end of June and it just restocked on Sephora, Beautylish, Anastasia, Ulta, I'm sure other sites, but those are the four that I know of. So like I literally have been waitlisted and got the notification the day it was restocked and I ordered it like literally immediately. The email came through while I was about to silence my phone to go to bed. The timing of it was crazy. And so I ordered it up. It just arrived. I haven't even opened it yet. So let's get into this because I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna rip the box. I don't wanna rip the box. All right. And I have no idea what I'm gonna do today for a look. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Oh. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am still a little intimidated because I know some of these colors are outside of my comfort zone, which is funny because I'm always working with glitters and I have no problem going with like a vibrant, bold glitter, anything shimmery, metallic, but okay, I'll get back to that. I'm rambling. So this has like this velvet type of finish. Like I wish that you guys could feel this. Right off bat, this palette is like hardcore. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. All right, let's take off that. This isn't even as intimidating as it looked online. Oh my God, I was so silly to not buy this back in June. All right, it comes with a little brush. I'll take the brush out and show you guys that in a second. So these are the colors. See, like this beautiful pink plummy color and like this Venetian red and this red ochre, the burnt orange. Like they looked so much more intimidating online when I saw images. As you can see, I haven't even swatched them, so I have no idea how these are going to apply, how they'll work out once, you know, I start putting them on. I know Anastasia's other eyeshadows, because I do have her single pan eyeshadows, apply like butter. They are so smooth, they are so pigmented, they are buttery, they are just beautiful. This palette is gorgeous. It is not a limited edition, by the way. It is a permanent palette. So if it sells out again, which I mean, by the time I get this video up, it very well could sell out already. That is just how fast this palette seems to be going. But oh my, like just the feel, the compact, like just the quality in the palette. Oh, and then this is what the mirror looks like. Oh, hello, camera. So this is a gorgeous. There are 2 shimmer shades. Mattes, which I usually don't work with. That love letter, plummy, rosy, wine color. I mean, I'm looking at burnt orange and it almost looks creamy to me. Like it's almost making me want like a latte, where the Realgar looks orangey. But I know that this palette was inspired by like actual Renaissance art pieces. So she pulled these colors from like Renaissance art. So I guess maybe she took the names from what the paintings were called. I don't know. I don't even think I want to pull the tab off this mirror because it has her logo. I don't even know. I don't know. Let's check out what the brush is. Oh, it's super cute. It's actually a nice fluffy brush and then a more precision brush. And it has her logo on it too. So that's even cute. All right, I don't know why I was scared of this palette. It is beautiful. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna get right to it. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. Actually, off camera, I will apply my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and then I'll get going. So I will see you guys in a second. So in the spirit of keeping up with like the Anastasia palette, I'm actually going to try to stick with Anastasia products as much as possible today. So this is the first time I am veering away from my sparkly eyeshadow for setting my concealer. And I'm going to take the first shade, Tempera, I think it would be pronounced, this one, and I'm going to see how that applies to set my concealer. I don't even know if I need to apply MAC Fix Plus. Like, I literally have no clue. Maybe I'll do 1 spritz because that's just kind of like a little extra shadow insurance. And oh, there is some powder kickoff. So these are going to be pigmented. All right, I may not need, did you see that? Let's see. And I'll just start by setting the whole eyelid. This is really like a natural ivory color. I mean, almost bone. This is just to set the concealer to help with the other eyeshadows in the blending process. It's gonna help dry out the concealer. And then it's just gonna help, you know, before we get into transition shades, to start helping with the ease of blending. And as I was looking at this palette while putting on my concealer, I also decided that I think I'm going to do something totally different to me. And I think I'm actually going to do a halo effect today, which is doing a lot of the shading and coloring on the outside of the eye and the inner part of the eye, and then doing like a little spotlight halo in the middle with one of Vermeer or Primavera. That's the 2 shimmer shades. But I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I am also going to go in with the more plummy shades and just really step it up and see how it works. At the end of the day, it's just makeup and I can wipe it off. So I'm going to actually take this matte shade Burnt Orange as my first transition shade in the outer corners first. And I'm just going to dip a fluffy brush. Wow, these have kickback. I'm using a Sigma E35. And I'm just gonna dip that in the inner corner And you want to hold your brush a little bit further back because this, you really want it to be like circular motions. You want to buff it in and out. You want it to be like airy movements. If you go really close to the brush, you end up putting more pressure on it and you're gonna have a more harsh effect, where when you hold it further back, it's just gonna allow the brush to do more of the work, and it's gonna allow it to be a little bit more fluffy and blendable and a little bit more airy, more gradient. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it really makes a big difference if you hold your brush further back compared to holding it really close in. I mean, it's kind of the same with even penmanship too. Your hand cramps up when you hold it really tight and close to the, you know, edge of the pen while you're writing notes out, compared to if you like release your grip a little bit. So it's the same kind of concept. But I'm just gonna be working this in circular motions, back and forth, just getting this all nice and worked in there and blended out. And it's crazy because this is coming off, this is coming off as a really nice light brown shade. This is not looking orangey to me at all. So I'm really impressed. This is blending really well. It is just like, it is blending really well. It is going right into the skin. And don't, like, this is supposed to be messy because this is just the first transition shade. Yeah, there, I just built it up a little bit more. So you don't need to worry about the fact that it looks messy because it's all going to come together afterwards when we start adding more and more layers. I'm also gonna take that same burnt orange and just start putting it up and down in my crease, or not my crease, my inner corner, and then bring it up in the crease a little bit. But we don't want it fully connecting because we want this spot to remain as white as possible. I will go back over that with tempera when I'm ready to really create that halo. But for now, I'm just trying to leave it as blank as possible. So just working up and down motions and then just kind of circular to blend it, but mainly up and down just to get this color in there. Now I'm gonna test out Realgar. That's this one that, well, it's called Realgar, but to me that looks orange, where the other one that I was just using, oh my goodness, is called burnt orange, but to me that looks like latte. So I'm going to, holy cow, the kickoff when you dip the brush in, look at that. I'm going to see if that warms up the outer corner. Oh, it does. This brings it and makes it a little bit more chocolatey. I really cannot believe how these powders transform once they start blending together. Like, seriously, these shadows were all made to be like, well, so far the ones that I've used anyway, were meant to be like a group of best friends. I'm not kidding. These are working so well together, and I never would have thought. Like, I seriously, the powder kickoff, I can't get over it. I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be taking an orange shade like that and throwing it on my lid, unless it was a glitter, which I do have an eye tutorial look in mind that I'm going to be doing eventually with some orange glitter. But I wouldn't have thought about mixing these shades. This palette is beautiful. I wanted to just leave the Realgar on the outer corners of my eyes to keep that a little bit warmer than the inner corner. And now I'm gonna try to test out Love Letter, which is this like beautiful plummy, purpley pink color. And I mean, Love Letter, is that not the most beautiful name? I just, I'm gonna try Anastasia's brush that she included in it. So, powder kickback, oh my goodness. I'm going to start blending this in and mixing it in with the other shades and see how this warms up with these brown tones and, you know, orange tones that are not orange, but, well, that look orange, that are not called orange, that then don't transfer orange, but are beautiful nonetheless. So, who really cares? And just, I really thought that these were gonna need way more blending. I'm shocked at how effortless this palette is. I'm shocked. Now I'm also going to take Love Letter and put it on the inner corner, and I'm going to sweep this one up, and then I'm gonna actually connect Love Letter and then start making that my little halo. But I want this purpley pink plummy goodness to be the one that connects in the crease. And I'm gonna try the other end of her brush and see how that one works for the inner corner and bringing it up in the crease. Let's see if this is too harsh. Yeah, I need to blend that out a little bit. That's definitely a little bit too much of a line, but that's okay. There we go. That works really well for getting it into the inner corner, but I'm gonna, since I did it on the one side, I will still make that crease line so it's even, and then I'll buff it out over here too. See, it's all about learning along with you guys too. At the end of the day, it's really about having patience to just buff and buff and buff and buff and buff, and then not get intimidated, because usually the steps along the way are not cute and they are scary looking, and you can kind of freak out and want to go wipe it off and redo it. But if you just hang in there and keep up with what you're envisioning, chances are it's going to turn out beautiful when you are done. You just need to hang in there and continue to buff everything and just be patient and keep working the look, and it's going to turn out. So that is what I've been learning along the way while I've been self-teaching myself all of these little new looks, because I used to always do the same go-to. It was always browns, always browns, always browns. And I'm having so much more fun coming up with like more creative and colorful looks. So you guys can do it too. Now I'm gonna try out Red Ochre. I know I'm layering and layering, but I just want to see how these work and how they come together. This looks like a reddish brown. So it's this shade right here. And I'm gonna start by putting that in the outer crease on top of that Love Letter. And just, again, circular motions, a lot of blending, a lot of buffing. I'll do that to both eyes. And when I'm done working the outer corner, I will also bring this shade into the inner corner as well. So now I'll buff it in the inner corner on both sides. And ever so slightly, I'll just kind of buff it upward into that crease where we connected the other shade too, but focusing the color more on the inner corner. And I'm going to do all my normal cleanup when we're done with the eye look. Now I'm actually going to take Tempera, which is the one that I used to set it, and I'm going to put that on the center where I want my halo to be, and just brighten this area back up again before I put the shimmer. Now, I'm having like a little OCD moment because I really, whoa, there we go. It's clean again. I really want to put Primavera, which is this golden tone, because that is what my eye is gravitating towards. But in the spirit of keeping everything different, I think I will put Vermeer on top of the halo, because I am just totally outside of my comfort zone today, so why not go all out? And I'm actually using a Lottie London brush. I don't know what it is. It came in my Ipsy bag and I haven't used it yet, but this is actually working really well for doing a halo effect, because it is just getting that color perfectly. And like I said, halo is just getting right, almost like you're putting a spotlight on your eyelid. So we still need to blend out a little bit again, so that way it's not a harsh spotlight on the lid. So I'll just blend that out into the other colors. So it's like spotlight and then blend it out. I am going to tightline before I put the shimmer on, because I need to grab my eyelid, and I so meant to do this before I did all the shadows, but this will be easier to fix before I get into shimmers. And I'm just taking my Urban Decay in Perversion, which is a black, and getting that black tight line under there. I don't have an Anastasia black. I have a bunch of her eye pencils, but not actually a black one, so I can't stick with Anastasia for the tight line. So this will have to do. So I'm going to pick up Vermeer, which is this like really subtle champagne, like pearly champagne. And I'll get that on my brush, and then I'm going to spray it with MAC Fix Plus because I do want to intensify, maybe an extra spritz, the shimmer a little bit, and then I will just pack it on. Oh, that is really pretty. That is really nice. I will do another coat of that. I actually want to bring in a little bit more black on the top of my lash line, and I don't have any Anastasia black line gel, and I just got this Tarte one in. I've used it in a dark brown before, but I haven't actually tested the black. It is brand new. But how I normally apply my gel liner is I take my Morphe R45, and it is a really small, precise brush. And I like to dip it in the pot and then get both sides of the brush with the product. Ooh, that was a lot. But then wipe off both sides. So that way there's a little bit of product on both sides, but then the excess has been wiped off. But I so dipped that in that now I made a mess. So let me redo that, hold on. Okay. And then I like to start from the center and then drag it out. I'm not going to do a wing today, but I just want a little bit of color brought in there. So now that the majority of my eyes are done, I'm going to do cleanup, wipe away all of the fallout, do my face, and then I will be back to finish up my lower eyes. So I will see you guys soon. So I'm still working on my face a little bit. I haven't totally finished up. Got lipstick on my teeth because I just finished applying it. 1 second. So I took the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Primer, which has been one of my favorite go-to lip primers before putting on any kind of liquid lipstick. And it just helps smooth out the lips before you apply liquid lipstick, because liquid lipstick is a nightmare to work with, and this makes life so much easier. And we're working with Anastasia Modern Renaissance, so this was perfect, and I used it like literally every day anyway. And then I thought I would try this shade out. I might have to soften it up, I'm not sure yet. Maybe once I'm done like lashes and the whole look, the bold lip will be great, because the colors do tie in. It's just really bold, but I don't have mascara on yet. So I grabbed the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Craft, and I really love this color for fall and winter. I think that it is beautiful, and I do think that it is coming together quite nicely. And then I wanted to show you guys, because I'm also working out of the Anastasia Glow Kit. No, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting any kickbacks or anything. I've been dying to get my hands back on this for the last couple of months because I so regretted not purchasing it. And now that I finally have my hands on it, I'm like, why not go all out Anastasia when I freaking love her shit? Anyway, so I'm working in the Glow Kit. The other day I used Golden Dawn for a shade and I loved it. Right now I started applying White Sand because I thought this shade is tying in so nicely with the Vermeer halo that I have going on. So look at this glow. This is what is happening so far when I'm dipping it into White Sand. And so I started doing this side, and then I just wanted to show you guys because this is gorgeous. Like, look at that. And I've read mixed reviews on Sephora, and I don't understand it. Like, people are saying that this is too glittery and coarse and not blendable, and I wanted to show you guys for myself that it is crazy. I've worked with a couple of shades out of this now, and yeah, there's a little bit more coarseness, but I don't even think there's glitter. Like, there might be some glitter, but once you start blending, like look at this glow. This is beautiful. This is banging. I mean, this is, if you want to highlight, you want to highlight. And this blends so beautifully. And I am like building it because I like a beaming highlight. So I don't understand the negative reviews. I don't know if people just aren't blending it in properly or taking the time or what it is. So I wanted to kind of pop back on camera while I was doing my face to show you guys how insanely beautiful this glow palette is, because I'm doing it right now and then I just thought I need to show first up, not just a picture that's been uploaded and people don't really know what's been done to it, because this is how it looks, unedited, not touched, bam, beautiful, blendable, just yes. So I will check back in with you guys soon. Like, look at this even on the collarbones. I'm telling you, I don't understand what everybody's problem is that are like leaving negative reviews. This is a beautiful glow palette. So just so you guys can see it like as live as possible, in person type of demonstration. This is out of this world. I like piled it on extra. I made it so coarse and like, I mean, I went over the top with it and it still works, even though I like did it like excessive. I just wanted to prove a point that this is beautiful. So there we go. That's my little side tangent, rant, whatever, because yeah, I think it's just stunning. Now I'm going to waterline with that same Urban Decay Perversion. Unfortunately, this is the one that I don't have any kind of Anastasia product in. And I just realized that I also don't have any Anastasia mascara. And I don't think I've ever actually come across one. So that will have to be a separate mascara as well. Now I'm going to take Realgar, which is this, to me, the orange shade, and I'm going to take the Anastasia brush that came with the kit and dip it in there, and then try this under my lower lash line and see how this turns out. I want this really smoky, so I don't need this to be really tight to the waterline. I want this to be like smoked out. So that's what we're doing. Now I'm going to take Red Ochre, because that's actually kind of more of a warm brown, on a Morphe M432, and work this in to warm it up with the brown tones and get this one closer to the lash line. We have the Realgar all buffed in and blended out, so now I want to bring some chocolatey warmth into the lower lash line as well. Now I'm actually going to take Cypress Umbar, which is the only like true chocolatey shade in this palette, and I'm also going to pack that on my lower lash line, and I'm going to keep that one fairly close to the lash line as well. But we're just going to darken this up a little bit more and keep it all really smoky, not black dark, but all smoked out. Now I'm actually contemplating whether or not to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner with Vermeer, which is the halo, or if I should tie in the highlight. I really don't know what to do. I think I will try Vermeer first, because I think it would be easier to cover up Vermeer. If I want to change my mind, then it would be this bangin' highlight. So I'm going to take a little Morphe M507 brush and dip that into Vermeer, and let's see how this works on the inner corner. Pack that in there, because that is really pretty. Like I said, I've never done a halo before, so I really don't know which shades I want to tie in. So that is really pretty. It is way more subtle than I usually do, so I'm going to continue with the Vermeer and take that under the brow bone for that highlight too. Oh, that's really pretty as a brow bone highlight. That's banging. All right, so I am happy with this decision, and this is beautiful. I know most people would go more for tempera and just do like a bone highlight, which is totally like a bone colored brow highlight. Oh my goodness, which would be totally fine, and they want to stay away from shimmers, but I'm all about the glam life, so bring it on. And I am loving the way this is turning out. That may not be your stereotypical halo, because I did make the brow bone highlight the same color rather than keeping it a subtle matte. But this is my twist on a halo, and I'm really liking the way it's coming together. So now I'm going to quickly do my mascara off camera, because you guys don't need to see me apply mascara, and I will be right back. Actually, I forgot to mention, I also use Anastasia's Clear Brow Gel every single day. There's no other brow gel that I use, and so it's coincidental, but it's not, because I really truly love her products that much that these are my staples anyway. And I just realized that I should mention that before I go finish up the rest of the couple little bits off camera that are just everyday basic things anyway. But it is also Anastasia. So now I will see you soon. Okay, I think that does it for my makeup look. I've got my mascara applied and I did my touch-ups. I think it's all good to go. So I'm gonna go get dressed. I was debating on making an attempt at falsies, but as I have still been unsuccessful in the falsies world, I don't really want to mess with this eye makeup look, because it was a first time using this palette, using these shades, doing a halo. There's so many firsties in this video. I don't think I want to add falsies to the list. I think I will leave it as is, because to me this looks really pretty. And I'm gonna go take this headband out and fix my hair and throw on more than a towel wrap, and I will be back for my final look. I'll see you guys soon. So now I'm all done up, even though you saw me all done up in the intro. But as you know, these things are like spliced together. And I definitely like this look much more than the makeup-free headband. Oh my goodness. But I really do love the way this turned out with the whole halo and everything. I think it is so pretty. I really can't get over how these colors complement each other, how well they build on top of each other, how the colors transform into one another, how buttery and pigmented they are. They're so easy to work with. I mean, even though they seem so colorful and intimidating, once you get going and working with it, they're not. It is a really beautiful palette. So way to go, Anastasia. I completely see why you sold out round 1 and why you are selling out round 2. This palette is insane. I am so happy that it is a staple, it is permanent, that it was not limited edition, that it is not limited edition now. Like, just thank goodness, because this is just incredible. It is seriously, her products are amazing. There's no way around it. They are awesome. So I love it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and that you learned something, and that maybe you're not as intimidated to try this palette out, or go beyond your comfort zone and try creating some other looks, playing with different colors, halo, whatever it is, because it turns out at the end of the day, and if it doesn't, it is just makeup and it can be removed. It is not permanent, it is not a tattoo, it's not even dyeing your hair, which can take forever to get it back to the color you want it to be. You can literally go to the sink and grab a makeup remover and just wipe it off, or wash your face. So I'm trying to get beyond it. I know that it's difficult. It paid off for me. I hope it pays off for you guys. But that does it for this video. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.